Advertising ethics. Did you know that 91% of consumers believe that advertisers are misleading them? It's alarming to think how many of us, especially children, are influenced by ads that manipulate our emotions to sell products. I'm a mother, and my biggest responsibility is to nurture my son and guide him through the maze of influences he encounters every day. In this digital age, children are bombarded with advertisements that often blur the lines between reality and fantasy. It is vital to address a topic that affects us all, the need for truth in advertising. As parents, we must protect our children and ourselves from deception in advertising. Today, I'll speak to you about why we must demand that advertisements tell the truth and show actual images of products to prevent deceptive marketing practices, which is unethical, affects consumer trust, and leads to poor purchasing decisions. First, we'll discuss the need. The problem is clear. Advertisements often use false images.
Not real images.
They use exaggerated claims and misleading images that tug at our emotions. For instance, think about the last time you saw an ad for a fast food burger. The image is always mouth-watering. A perfectly stacked burger glistening under bright lights. Yet, when you get to the restaurant and you order your burger, it looks nothing like that commercial or that photo that you saw in the advertisement. This leads us to waste not just our money, but our health and trust in brands. A study published in the Journal of Advertising Ethics noted that deceptive advertising practices lead to increased discontent among consumers and significant health risks. If we continue to accept these practices, our trust in advertising and potentially in each other erodes. As a mother, my goal is to raise my son in a world where he can think critically about what he sees and hears. Sadly, I see many advertisements undermining that effort. So what can we do to change this? We can advocate for regulations requiring advertisements to be truthful and to use actual images of their products. Groups like the Federal Trade Commission already play a role in this by enforcing standards for advertising, but they need our support to strengthen these regulations further. It's critical for brands to thrive on authenticity rather than deception. We've seen positive examples such as Dove's Real Beauty campaign. They're catering to authenticity with this campaign, as they should. It features real women instead of unrealistic models. This campaign not only promoted body positivity, but also generated brand loyalty through honest representation. Now let's take a moment to visualize the worlds we could create. Imagine a marketplace where consumers can trust the advertisements they see, leading to informed choices and greater satisfaction. Think of the potential for stronger relationships between consumers and brands built on transparency and honesty. On the flip side, if we allow deceptive advertising to continue, we'll see a lot more of this. We are nurturing a culture of mistrust and manipulation if we continue letting these advertising practices go on. My son and all of our children deserve a world they can make informed choices, not decisions based on illusions. So here's my call to action. Let's work together to bring truth to advertising. I encourage you to advocate for legal regulations that demand honesty in marketing. Speak up when you see misleading ads. And support transparent businesses. Supporting businesses that prioritize ethical and transparent advertising practices is most important. Let's raise our voices for our children. Let's ensure they grow up in an environment where truth matters more than deception. As parents, as consumers, we have the power to demand the truth in advertising. Together, we can create a culture of trust and transparency in advertising, protecting not only our children but ourselves from the potential harms of deception. Now we know the harms, now we know what's going on, and we know how to protect ourselves and how we can solve the problem. It's up to us to make the change, because in the end, truth is the most powerful message we can give to the next generation. We deserve honesty in advertising, not manipulation and deception. Let's demand for truth. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.